Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
Our idea of corny is based around the idea of vulnerability not being an option.
But I don't
So
think
you consider that one factor that's stagnating the way process goes? Like,
Yeah, I would think so, because back in the 90s, you had artists that were sort of able to do that. Just be who they were. Like, I'm a prolific MC who's going to speak on the things I've been through.
But I don't think that's changed. I just think that music isn't out in the public. Like, it's not getting any push by any label.
And that's the point. Well, why is it not getting the push? Again, hip-hop is that machismo
But that's got nothing to do with like hip-hop or like the fans. That's just like business. Like, these people that are running things are like killing it.
You know, that's just one factor, though.
That's one factor of what's stagnating it.
Yeah.
Just one.
I think, there's not a lot of trust, maybe with artists themselves or with the industry. There's not that trust, like you said, that people are actually going to connect with it. When a hip-hop artist comes out and says something that's outside of the box of hip-hop expression, which is generally, like you said, machismo, right?
Well,
but
yeah.
I think there's a lot of artists that have to just trust, like, okay, if I feel like this, maybe somebody else does, and just say it.
Like Jay-Z wearing flip-flops is just Jay-Z wearing flip-flops. He's still a man. Do you know what I'm saying? So like when he gets railed on for wearing flip-flops, DMX
Was it flip-flops or sandals?
Regardless, the point is that DMX's idea, and of course I love DMX, but DMX's idea of walking through the beach wearing Timberlands, but dude, you're on the beach. Of course you're gonna wear slippers. Yes, slippers is sort of feminine, but it's the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody should be judging beyond the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who cares what the man's wearing? Like, regardless, what does that have to do with his next album?
Agreed.
And this is where
I think what you're saying, you touched on it before. It's not just a hip hop thing. That's just like a male thing.
Yeah, I agree, but
like males.
No,
that.
because when you look at other genres, and that was my point, metal, makeup guy. Makeup. Like, come on. Like, so my point is hip-hop is extreme in the machismo.
Okay, yeah.
So this is my point, that hip-hop is extreme in the machismo, and when we're in an era right now where we need to make that translation to the stage with you have to be some conscious dude. Can we make that adaptation to the stage and kind of throw away the idea of what machismo is?
I think a lot of people forget too, like the hip hop artists we love, a lot of times it's because of those tracks where they show us a little piece of who they are, you know what I mean? Like Andre 3000 or Tupac when he comes out and says straight up, keep your head up, or you know what I mean? Those are the tracks that Biggie talking about, sometimes I wish my mom had an abortion. Like, those are the tracks that make us love those artists.
For sure.
So do you think we can make that translation? Again, that's the question. Do you feel that we could kind of cut out our idea of what that machismo is in hip-hop and allow these artists to progress themselves?
I'm saying there's no need for a transition, or translation. Like an artist like Biggie, like, it's just so honest and so captivating that when he would go on stage and do it, people would listen and be like, enjoy the show.
Yeah, but now we're reaching a point where we don't need our artists to be on stage once on every blue moon when they have a tour or something. We need artists that can be like the indie rock situation where, okay, I'm going to see Shad once a week.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, the only point I'm trying to make is that artists, like, generally speaking, the artists that are out right now that are doing shows are whack. So it's like they can't translate anything because they don't have any content behind it.
What do you mean? A guy like Shad,
not guys that are here. I'm saying generally speaking.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, this is a perfect example of an artist that has the credibility, that is a great MC and has a great show. I would go to see this guy.
I know.
I would go to see this guy every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my point is, artists now need to find a way to translate what they do as MCs onto a stage so that they can get people coming to see them every week.
Yeah, but...
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Dude, okay. Dude, are you talking about venues where they need to go? Or are you talking about their actual show being good enough for people to care?
I'm talking about all those things.
Okay.
All those things matter in order for someone to care enough to see you once a week.
Yeah, but before you were talking about artists and the machismo and translating that onto stage.
Yes, my point is, a hard artist, I'm not going to go see that person once a week because all he does is talk about gats.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's because that artist has nothing to really back up his stage show with. Like he's not an artist that anyone's connecting with. As opposed to like an artist like Shad or Tona.
Yeah, they're not connecting with them on the stage. But again, it's because of the idea of machismo. They're not talking about anything.
No, it's not because of machismo. It's because he's not a good artist.
What do you mean he's not a good artist?
Like you could be the hardest, like toughest machismo dude. But if you're a great artist, your show will be great. Well, like Tupac is a perfect example. Biggie's a perfect example.
No, but
those guys like personified machismo.
There's
but
great
they were great artists.
There's great artists that sell songs, and there's great artists that translate their artistry onto the stage.
And then there's both.
Well, exactly. But I'm saying in hip hop, we're lacking the stage artistry.
Yes, I don't think that's because of machismo. I think that's because the artists just are not great artists. They're just rappers.
I would have to disagree on that one. If you guys want to come in and like at all,
like I said, it's just religion and politics, man. It's just always one side as opposed to the other. But
I don't know a lot of like street artists that do the stage shows on a basis to the point where, like, again, I'm not talking about an artist that comes on stage, you know, like whether you're the Woo or you're a group that has established themselves already. So people are already coming to see them. I'm talking about from the local level. You're an artist just starting.
Yeah.
If you're doing bottle popping songs, I'm not going to come to see you.
I know.
Every week.
Yeah,
so it's not that you're a bad artist. It's that you need to now adapt to the new reality that you can't win with just bottle popping songs.
No, but you're not an artist that's connecting to anybody. So in my turn,
you are connecting. You're getting 10,000 hits on MySpace and Facebook. People are downloading your song. They like your song.
Yeah,
they're
but it's
listening
like
to
you
it.
said, they're just casual listeners. You're not actually connecting with anyone.
Yeah,
so
but
you're not really, in my definition, you're not really an artist. You're just making a song that people like.
I have to disagree because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you didn't have to translate to the stage to put out a platinum selling album.
Nah, I don't think the machismo thing is what it is. Like DMX is the ultimate machismo rapper, but it's like when he used to go on stage, he would kill it on stage.
Yes, but you wouldn't.
And still would. Like, and no one would question that he's not hard because he's on stage pouring his heart out.
But then again, he's talking about, like, once again, it goes back to the local level.
Yeah, it's
not everyone has that DMX fan base. It's about building that what he's talking,
but that's how you build it.
Base.
But you build it by being great on stage. Like, even in your city locally, if you're great and you have a sick show, it doesn't matter how much machismo you have.
Okay, but our point is that wasn't happening, and that still is not happening right now. Artists don't think about the stage show.
I know, but I'm saying it's not because they have machismo. It's because they don't know how to perform.
I think you gotta
I disagree with that.
Whatever you do, you gotta step on stage. You gotta be able to deliver your lyrics with conviction to your audience, and that's how you connect. So I think like if you're like DMX type artist, you gotta be able to stand up on stage, look at the audience, and deliver those lyrics with conviction in such a way that they're gonna wanna. But I mean that changes your approach. You know what I mean?
It totally does.
It changes your approach because when you're thinking about making a track, you're no longer thinking about what's going to blow up on radio. You're thinking about what can I say from a stage that's going to be meaningful to an audience. Not I'm going to be faceless, just what's going to be hot. You know what I'm saying? So I think it changes the approach
again, and then it draws back again to, can I pull this off in terms of credibility? I'm from the street. My story, can I translate that to a situation where people, and again, we're talking about revenue. So we're talking about the idea, every week you have to entertain the people so that you make your money. So you can't talk about the artists that have been doing it now and say that they were in that mind frame, because if you were doing songs about popping bottles, busting shots, I guarantee you that would not pack up a club every week. It's great for the headphones, but it's not engaging enough to get someone into a venue every week to see you perform.
What if that content was behind like a live band though? Like, I wouldn't even generalize it to the street. Like, what, just to say you found a creative way to address the public using that same content though.
Exactly.
Would that change it?
Now we're speaking in again the idealism, but the point is that
no, but that's not ideal. Like, that's the difference between a regular artist and a great artist. And a great artist will fill a show whenever they do it.
I will say this, we got to take a break, come back with a bit more. It's OTA Talk, Canadian Music Week. Shad, Tona, our special guests. Don't go anywhere, Toronto. Back after this.